Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us, your one-stop destination for everything AI. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing and ringing that all notification bell. Today we're diving into the incredible origin story of Boston Dynamics Spot, the world's famous robot dog. In recent years, cities across America and Europe have begun introducing a new player onto their streets: police robot dogs. Manufactured by Boston Dynamics and their cutting-edge robotics firm, these eerily lifelike machines are increasingly being deployed for policing and surveillance operations. Proponents argue these robots will keep human police out of harm's way when responding to dangerous situations, while civil rights experts believe their spreading implementation demands greater scrutiny. How communities choose to deploy and regulate this new breed of technological law enforcement could shape social outcomes long into the future. Across issues from surveillance to algorithmic bias, numerous cities across the United States have recently begun deploying dog-like robots for policing and surveillance. These quadrupedal robots, manufactured by companies such as Boston Dynamics, are being acquired by law enforcement agencies. Boston Dynamics, a leading robotics firm headquartered in Massachusetts, manufactures a dog-like robot named Spot that has seen significant adoption by police departments. Similar to a medium-sized canine in both size and mobility, the battery-powered Spot weighs about 70 pounds and stands around 2 feet tall. This allows Spot to climb stairs, traverse terrain, operate in adverse weather conditions, and even open doors. Resembling a headless four-legged creatures out of a sci-fi flick, they can hurry through traffic, climb stairs, and capture footage of their surroundings with an array of high-tech sensors. The rapid proliferation of advanced robotic systems, designed for military, police, and warehouse applications, has sparked intense debate around issues of privacy, surveillance, bias, accountability, and the potential for weaponization. Proponents emphasize the potential for robots that can remove human police from harm's way. Critics argue their deployment merits greater public scrutiny to prevent misuse and overreach. Spot can be teleoperated via tablet computer for remote inspection operations, but also includes sophisticated sensors and onboard compute capabilities, supporting autonomous navigation. Its modular payload bay can integrate various custom sensors, cameras, and other attachments based on operational needs. Boston Dynamics highlights Spot's potential public safety applications, such as inspecting hazardous environments, accessing hard-to-reach areas, and providing situational awareness to human operators. The rapid technology advances of legged robots that mimic animal mobility has opened new possibilities for robotic surveillance and inspection. Boston Dynamics stated that roughly 1,000 Spot units were operational worldwide, across various industries, with just a small fraction currently employed in police agencies. Reports suggest only a handful of known police departments currently utilize Boston Dynamics quadrupeds operationally, though more have participated in pilot programs or have plans to acquire them. The Los Angeles Police Department, which oversees policing for the nearly 4 million residents of America's second-largest city, has pioneered the use of advanced technologies from helicopters in the 1950s to police body cameras and drones in recent years. After a lengthy public debate, the Los Angeles City Council voted to accept a donated Spot robot, worth approximately $278,000, from the non-profit Los Angeles Police Foundation. The move marked one of the first known operational deployments of quadruped robots in a major U.S. metropolitan police force. Boston Dynamics stated the robot would be used to save lives, protect property, and aid in situations that are too dangerous for personnel. But the Los Angeles Police Department's plan to acquire the robot generated significant community opposition. Following extensive public input, the Los Angeles City Council ultimately approved the robot, while mandating a set of safeguarding policies. Their requirements include quarterly reports detailing how the technology is being deployed, and an outright ban on weaponizing the robot with firearms. The Los Angeles Police Department must also submit a yearly policy assessment, conducted by an independent expert focused on community impact and privacy protections. And any facial recognition capabilities or other biometric surveillance functions are explicitly prohibited. The Los Angeles Police Department's leadership views the robot primarily as a way to safely inspect suspicious packages, hazardous materials, and high-risk situations, without endangering officers or the public. But despite requirements for transparency and accountability measures, critics note that impact reports and policy reviews will rely heavily on self-disclosure by the police department itself. Some argue that creating fully independent oversight is the only way to guarantee rigorous and impartial evaluation. The Los Angeles Police Department began initial testing of the Spot robot in field conditions, following the City Council vote of approval. But as of late, few details have emerged on exactly how and where the system has been operationalized. Community groups in Los Angeles plan to watchdog the initiative closely and continue applying public pressure should evidence of misuse or overreach emerge. For now, the Los Angeles Police Department's robotic dog remains one of the most visible examples of police robots deployed in a major U.S. city, foreshadowing battles over appropriate safeguards that are likely to intensify as adoption accelerates. The New York Police Department announced plans to incorporate robot dogs for certain policing operations. After months of negative public reaction, the department scrapped a pilot program, testing a Boston Dynamics robot in high-crime areas of the Bronx, because of concerns over selective over-enforcement, targeting minority residents. But New York Police Department officials say they remain committed to exploring technological solutions for responding to dangerous situations without exposing officers to harm. The New York Police Department's latest plan includes potential redeployment of Boston Dynamics quadrupeds. Outlined by department leadership at a press conference in Times Square, the strategy calls for initially stationing robots only in large transit hubs and high-traffic public spaces. In its renewed robotics initiative, New York Police Department officials stress the current robots plan has built-in civil liberties protections. Surveillance capabilities will be limited, and imagery is stored locally on the robot itself for no more than 30 days before being wiped. Any onboard cameras may not continuously pan or scan an area, minimizing the chance of tracking individual civilians. And facial recognition technology remains completely prohibited. The department claims deployments will be narrowly targeted, based on gun violence levels and the likelihood of illegal activity. But critics argue, the New York Police Department's surveillance technology track record leaves plenty of cause for skepticism. While the latest generation of police robots may not be outfitted with facial recognition, or invasive surveillance gear, or digital rights, advocates fear their core sensors designed for observation could be abused to monitor vulnerable groups. Some engineers note that advanced computer vision enables identifying individuals without biometric matching. They argue cumulative data from fusion of multiple sensors effectively enables tracking people over time, regardless of stated policy limitations. How this brewing technology debate plays out could help set precedents around balancing public safety, crime prevention, and digital rights for cities across America. Among the first pioneering police departments embracing quadruped robots was the Massachusetts State Police. The agency began testing Spot from Boston Dynamics as a mobile camera platform for inspecting suspicious packages, providing visual intelligence during hostage rescue, search warrant executions, and investigations. Rigorous in-house experimentation focused on ensuring controllers could consistently maintain good awareness from Spot's cameras during complex maneuvers. Researchers also developed advanced practices for audiovisual data and telemetry storage in compliance with existing evidence handling procedures. The Massachusetts State Police deployed the robot at high-profile public events to monitor crowds and secure perimeters, based on its success in controlled testing scenarios. Deployments included the Boston Marathon, providing a visible demonstration of the technology for the community. Officials emphasized that the robot operated fully under human control and never acted as an independent autonomous system. After 2 years of successful pilots, the agency concluded the robot delivered substantial benefits for resolving dangerous incidents while keeping officers and civilians safe at a distance. They also noted using robots for more surveillance. In Hawaii, the Honolulu Police Department decided to try using Spot during the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic to reduce contact between officers and homeless residents in encampments. Controversially, the device was used to remotely measure the body temperatures of individuals experiencing homelessness. Despite public backlash, Honolulu police insisted the initiative was necessary to ensure community health during an unprecedented crisis. It underscored the dangers of police robot adoption, absent sufficient oversight, and constraints against abusive practices. In Europe, police departments have also turned to advanced robots, built for inspecting hazardous environments, to supplement law enforcement capabilities. The French began testing spot and training scenarios, based on its all-conditions mobility and sensing potential. They noted robots could significantly enhance incident response capabilities in dangerous situations, while keeping personnel at a safer distance. The experiments also focused on goal-driven autonomy, enabling operators to designate checkpoints and destinations via an interface. Advanced AI processing handled low-level mobility, helping the robot traverse uneven ground and obstacles. Tests included sending the robot to map 3D interior infrastructure and deliver items to barricaded hostage takers, while avoiding their line of sight. The French called the initial evaluations promising, both for standing in harm's way in place of law enforcement, and for non-confrontational crisis negotiation. Similar field tests by police agencies evaluating autonomous quadrupeds have taken place across Europe in recent years. With legged robots becoming more robust and affordable, European law enforcement leaders aim to build expertise in operating them, for an expanding range of future high-risk incidents and scenarios. Much of the public debate about police robots has centered on the limited transparency surrounding their adoption. There are not yet comprehensive national statistics detailing how many U.S. law enforcement agencies currently have access to robotic systems and for what purposes. While Boston Dynamics shared global numbers of spot sales, the company does not disclose specifics regarding how many domestic police departments have acquired their robot. With over 18,000 state and local policing agencies nationwide, it remains unclear how rapidly adoption may be scaling. Proponents argue, robots in policing will simply become an additional tool available to existing officers. Their capabilities will expand and enhance departments' capacities. Broader scholarship on policing robots also grapples with the complexities of using algorithms and automation in ways that avoid reinforcing systemic biases. Poorly representative computer vision training data risks building discrimination into robotic systems in ways not easily traceable without rigorous independent audits. In general, independent research on the effectiveness, risks, and societal implications of police robots remains notably limited compared to their rapid spread. Some experts attribute this to departments' reluctance to cooperate with external audits and oversight. They contend advanced robots provide tools of unprecedented surveillance and authority, yet are seeing adoption with scarcely any evidence of legal compliance or community safety benefits. Among the most alarming issues to critics is the specter of police robots transitioning from passive observational roles to active weapons platforms. Taser manufacturer Axon has acknowledged researching proposals for robots equipped with the company's electrical stun devices. Axon's head of global communications described these efforts as still in early concept stages, focused on identifying appropriate use cases and ethical measures for further development. There are concerns that equipping robots with any incapacitating implements would likewise lay the foundation for increased severity. They contend vague initial rules of engagement erode over time. Some critics envision a dystopian future of autonomous robotic sentries, armed with an array of less lethal tools like tasers, pepper spray, sound cannons, and blinding lasers. Possibly opening the door to more harmful applications, including live ammunition once the public becomes desensitized to enforcement robots as authority figures or when inhabiting public spaces are the norm. While warnings of proliferating killer police robots may seem far-fetched today, as robot police dogs arrive on American streets, the future remains uncertain. Proponents believe robots can make communities safer. With legislative oversight lagging behind rapid technical progress, society largely lacks firm legal or ethical guardrails, guiding the design and deployment of automated policing. Most experts agree robots will increasingly displace human police, from dangerous confrontations, altering how law enforcement operates. But the scale of their adoption, their permitted uses, and the rules governing their actions still hang in the balance. Communities face high-stakes decisions. Will the public mobilize to demand strong civil liberties protections and oversight before majority acceptance? Or will a broader acceptance before oversight allow an expansion to occur? The coming months and years will prove decisive in shaping these realities. But for now, the robot's future remains ambiguous, and our shared societal response unclear. One thing is certain though, this new mechanical breed on the block is not going away anytime soon. This concludes our tale of Spot's rise to robot stardom. Go ahead and share your thoughts in the comments. We are highly interested in your feedback, and how we can improve, or bring additional topics of high interest. Hit that subscribe button and select all notifications, to join us in following AI's ongoing adventures, and everything AI. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Always stay curious, passionate, and most importantly, stay awesome. This is Make Money AI signing off.